Ross Chastain recently issued a powerful remark that sent shockwaves across the NASCAR world. Chastain turned a dismal Saturday practice into a magnificent Sunday night win, one of the most remarkable performances in Coca-Cola 600 history, surprising NASCAR and its organization in the process, particularly after the race. Starting at the back of the field, he became the first driver in history to win the Coca-Cola 600, and only the second in any Cup Series race since 1969, after the great Bobby Allison. The drama began Saturday afternoon, when Chastain's primary number 1 Chevrolet crashed during practice, leaving his Trackhouse racing team scrambling with less than 24 hours until the start. What happened next revealed the true nature of this organization and paved the way for Sunday's incredible comeback. "We thought we were going to have to fix the primary, and NASCAR said no, there is something bent, so go build another one," Chastain stated after his victory celebration, which included his signature watermelon smashing custom on his race car. That is how they did it. The Trackhouse racing team faced a massive challenge. Their backup car was not even ready. It lacked an engine and needed numerous critical parts before competing in NASCAR's most grueling race. What followed was a lesson in teamwork and effort, which added to the significance of the victory. Chastain stayed with the team until approximately 10 p.m. on Saturday, when Trackhouse competition director Tony Lunders was literally pushing me out, saying, "Go home, go to sleep, I need you to be ready tomorrow night." While Chastain went home to recover, the team worked feverishly to create the car that would eventually win NASCAR's longest race. But it was before they could even begin. They spent around 90 minutes working on the primary vehicle before deciding they couldn't repair it. As we start pulling parts off, it just became more evident that there was a section of the rear frame that was bent probably beyond repair, explained Sergen, Chastain's crew chief. Then at that moment it became a necessity to go to a backup car. Unfortunately, that was probably an hour or an hour and a half after we got to the garage and had already started working on repairing the primary car. Although it took a long time to identify, by the time we got all the parts and the car disassembled to the point where we could fully see all the damage, it was evident we needed to go back to the car. Sergen also stated that it was a collaborative effort in the end, with roughly 30 people arriving to assist after returning the backup car to the race shop. We had obviously all the road crew that was at the track was there. We had engine support from ECR. We had shop guys that were at concerts and ball games, and everything that just dropped what they were doing came to the shop, revealed Sergen. Like I said, probably 30 people there at 8:30 p.m. Saturday night. As the night wore on and different stages of the process kind of evolved, we sent some of those guys home, and the last of us, there were probably 8 or 10 of us that left at 2:30 a.m. last night. The first guys got back there at 5:30 a.m. But what exactly needs to be done to have the backup car ready for racing? Sergen explained that they started with a fully assembled car, but no engine. Despite the fact that it was only planned for a 400-mile race in Nashville, significant more modifications were required to prepare it for 600 miles in Charlotte. When we got there, there was certainly a ton of work to do. We put a good bit of interior in it, we changed the transaxle, we had to use the engine from the primary car that was at the racetrack, then there's the wrap, final set on suspension, final set on the body, and then final scale and such, all those last-minute adjustments. Number of hours, it's hard to say. Like I mentioned earlier to the gentleman over there, we had 30 people working there for a while, and into the night that dwindled down to maybe 10. You know, it was a ton of man-hours in the last 36 hours that went into the car we had today. Squad owner Justin Marks was caught away by both driver and team's efforts as they celebrated their first win of the 2025 season. "This weekend I think was a masterclass in never giving up and grinding," said Marks. "It wasn't just the #1 team that built that car last night. It was people from all corners of the organization that said, 'I'll drop what I'm doing and drive to the shop and help,' because we've all been working so hard the last month and a half to sort of turn this team around. I stood in front of everybody at this organization the first day that I took ownership of it back at the end of 2021, and I said, we have everything that we need to be successful here. We just have to work together. We have to believe in each other, and we have to fundamentally believe that we can do it, that we can go win big races and contend for championships. If we support each other and go the extra mile and do whatever it takes, then we can get there." I think this weekend was a beautiful expression of that, and I don't want to sound romantic, but I am just so unbelievably proud of everybody because what they did this weekend was very, very, very difficult. It was truly a team win. Putting a race car together, building a race car last night, bringing it to the racetrack, starting last, making good changes, good pit stops, good strategy, and just putting it on the shoulders of our amazing race car driver Ross Chastain to punch it into victory lane. It's incredible." When the green flag blew Sunday evening, Chastain was in 40th place, watching 39 other cars enter turn 1 ahead of him. Meanwhile, Chase Briscoe led the group for one lap before William Byron began his dominant run. Byron's dominance was unparalleled in recent Coca-Cola 600 history. The Hendrick Motorsports driver became the first to win all 3 stages of NASCAR's longest race, leading an astonishing 283 out of 400 laps. His performance seemed destined for victory, especially after signing a 4-year contract extension with Hendrick Motorsports just days prior. For Byron, the race represented something extremely personal. As a Charlotte native, winning the Coca-Cola 600 would have been the perfect homecoming. He finished in the top 3 in the previous 3 Coca-Cola 600s without winning, making Sunday's opportunity even more crucial. Kyle Larson entered the race, introducing another twist. After crashing in the Indianapolis 500, he landed in Charlotte via helicopter, hoping to recover from his failed double effort. Larson started strong, leading 34 of the first 41 laps. However, things suddenly fell apart. A spin on lap 43 caused damage and sent him a lap down, but his team pulled him back into contention. However, on lap 245, Larson was involved in a multi-car incident caused by contact between Briscoe and Suarez. The mishap cut Larson's night short, dropping him to 37th place and preventing him from finishing the 100-mile double. "Not the day that I wanted, but huge thank you to Rick and Linda Hendrick, all of Hendrick Motorsports, Arrow McLaren, everybody involved in making the day memorable," Larson said, acknowledging that his memorable day wasn't for positive reasons. Regardless, it was not remembered for the proper reasons. As the race neared its end, Denny Hamlin emerged as Byron's major adversary, exchanging the lead 15 times with the Charlotte driver in an entertaining battle that kept fans on their feet. Hamlin led 53 laps and appeared to be fast enough to fight for the win. However, a significant pit strategy error would cost him dearly. With 52 laps remaining, Byron and Hamlin pitted for their final fuel stop. However, Hamlin's team failed to properly fuel his number 11 Toyota, forcing him to make an unscheduled pit stop with only 12 laps remaining. The inaccuracy eliminated him from contention, and he finished 16th, which was a disappointing outcome. "You can't change the results, so you're going to have to live with it," Hamlin said after the race. "They're the pros. I'm not a pit guy. I tried to do everything I could. We had a great car, fun battling up front, heck of a battle there. Would have liked to have seen it through and unfortunately didn't get enough gas in it." With Hamlin out, William Byron and Ross Chastain engaged in a spectacular last combat. Byron had dominated the majority of the race, but Chastain, who started last in a backup car, was closing in fast. With 6 laps remaining, Byron made a mistake at turn 4 by diving low to avoid traffic. Chastain took the high line, accelerated through the dog leg, and completed what many consider the slide job of the year to take the lead. Byron attempted to fight back, driving aggressively through the last corners. But on the penultimate lap, he brushed the wall in turn 3, losing momentum and failing to catch Chastain. Ross Chastain won the Coca-Cola 600 by 0.673 seconds, leading only 8 laps, but the final 6 were important. "Holy cow, we just won the 600, he exclaimed, amazed after overtaking 2 quicker cars late in the race. His celebration was typical Chastain. Standing on his number 1 Chevy, he shattered a fresh watermelon from his family's farm on the track, paying homage to his farming roots. Laughing, he exhorted spectators, "Florida in season, go smash one to celebrate." Ross Chastain won the Coca-Cola 600, his 6th Cup Series victory and first championship. His Trackhouse Racing team's efforts paid off, with numerous crew members skipping a day off to help. Team owner Justin Marks called it a great performance, but in the end, Chastain and his crew pulled off an incredible comeback, proving that perseverance and partnership can overcome anything.